Welcome to Teachers in Real Estate, a podcast with your host, Jackie Durbin. I have built a six-figure income from using what I learned from being a teacher. Teachers make great agents, but guys, it isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Some people are cutthroat. Some clients will make you want to throw in the towel. But your years in education have built you for a career in real estate, and I am here to help. With the right mindset and the right tribe, you can experience the same success. You can either supplement your income as a part-time agent or go full-time into real estate. The tools I will share will help you gain the confidence and expertise to reach your goals. Whatever your goals, let's enjoy this time together. This podcast is geared for teachers who are looking to get their start in real estate and teachers who are already rocking those dual careers. If that's you, grab your notebook, your pencil, and buckle up. We are about to begin Teachers in Real Estate. Hey there, it is your host, Jackie Durbin, here for another episode of Teachers in Real Estate. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about generating leads. That's super exciting, right? That's what you were like, oh yeah, I can't wait to find out about this. Now, I will tell you this. Generating leads is one thing that we never do as teachers. We just don't do it, right? We don't have to go out and find students, right? We don't have to go out on the streets and be like, hey, you want me to be your teacher? Like if you did, you would probably I think that would be like a Dateline episode. This teacher goes out and collects students to bring to her classroom. Like that just sounds right. That doesn't sound good at all. So generating leads in real estate, especially as a brand new agent, is something that will help you be the percentage of agents that actually excel. Now, first, let's define what a lead is. So a lead is someone who has shown interest in buying or selling property, right? These are people who can potentially become your clients. Now, in this episode, I'm going to give you some different tips and tricks, different ways that you can generate leads. Now, I will tell you this. There are 1,000 different ways to generate leads. What you need to find is the one that you're willing to give 100%. Okay. You need to find the one thing, or maybe even a couple, right? But I would start with one that you are willing to learn everything about and be the very best at. I always tell people when I was still in the classroom, my favorite grade to teach was fifth. And the favorite content that I loved to teach was US history and math. Loved it. And how did I become a good educator? You know, obviously I had the passion for it, which if you're getting your real estate license, obviously you have a passion to help people buy and sell homes. But it's more than just a passion, right? You have to have the knowledge. Part of the reason why some people are great at generating leads and others aren't is because they don't work on their craft. Now, I could have been one of those teachers that just opened up their history book and read the red print and had the kids read and they would find the answers to the questions. God knows I had teachers like that when I was in elementary school, but I didn't want to be that teacher. I wanted to be the teacher that did different activities within the lesson that the kids would really grab onto. Because let's face it, US history is not something that all the kids are like, yay, it's time to learn about the colonies and whatever. No, they didn't. And so when I would teach about the American Revolutionary War and how it started, the kids would walk in the classroom and I would belt them with those jumbo marshmallows. Why? Because they remembered now that the American Revolutionary War started with basically a snowball fight. I had to bring that text that was on that book to life. And the way that I did that was watching other, teachers who were just amazing. They didn't need a book. They knew it. And they were passionate about it and they had the knowledge. That is how you will be able to generate leads. Now, lots of people will say, and I will be the first one to tell you, open houses and your sphere of influence. Those are your two best things to get leads. However, you have to learn the craft. It's not just putting out a sign and some balloons and saying, hey, come see me. There's a whole process to it, right? Same thing with teaching. You can't just open a book and expect the kids to get it, right? You have to learn different ways and different techniques in order to do it the best, right? So that way the students are actually learning their success. So, okay, just going to drop like about 9 to 10 ways that you can generate leads. Okay. Number one, your CRM. Your CRM is basically your database for all of the people. One of the things that you have to do is cultivate those leads into clients, right? That's what I talked about when I was telling you what a lead is. Okay. A lead is someone who you've met, they want to buy and sell real estate, and now you have to work to make them a client. In your CRM, this is the best way. The next thing, open houses. I already said it. You have to do open houses because guess what? People who are looking to buy a house are going to open houses. And sometimes, guess what? They come in and they don't have an agent, and now you get to become their agent. Your sphere of influence. Your sphere of influence are the people who already know, like, and trust you. They're the people who are in your phone, the people who you went to high school with, the people that you went to college with, the people that you work with. All of those people, that's your sphere of influence. Another way to get leads, ads on social media. Yeah, you can actually do that. Another one, door knocking. Not everyone likes to do this, but it works. Circle marketing and neighborhood networking. A lot of people call neighborhood networking farming. I don't like that word. I call it neighborhood networking. Also, hosting events, right? Finding your ideal client and creating events for that. I know a lot of real estate agents that do buyer seminars. And what they're doing at that buyer seminar is they're teaching potential buyers the process of buying a home, and that's how they get tons of leads. Facebook groups, heck yeah. YouTube channels, all of these different things. So, what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to talk about just a few of the things and kind of explain it a little bit more. Now, remember, I told you at the beginning, we do not generate leads for teaching. Okay. We don't have to do that. However, let's think about this. Okay. So, think about you as the teacher in the classroom. Okay, maybe you've been teaching for a number of years. Maybe this is just, you're just getting started. First of all, you're amazing. Thank you for being an educator. Thank you for answering the call and being there for those students because they need you. Okay, so beside the point, do you remember your past students? Because I can tell you right now, even like that first year of teaching, I still know those students. And the reason why is because I built relationships with them. When picture day would come around, all of the students were like, oh my gosh, I have to cut out a picture and give it to you. And I'm like, absolutely do not. Take those pictures home first. Make sure that your parents say it's okay before you start cutting pictures. Um, and then I remember at every school that I ever taught, we always had like a class picture that was taken, and they would be all over my room. So in 20 years, and I got this from another teacher, she had like a whole wall of all of her past students, and it was like a family. And so that's what I did. And guess what? Because I did that, because those kids felt like that they were a part of me and that like they were my kids, right? Even though they're your students, right? You call them your kids. Um, I still talk to them. I have past students who still send me messages on Facebook. They send me messages through Instagram or all the different social media platforms for Teacher Appreciation Week. Now, granted, I was only their teacher for 1 year. They send me messages and they tell me, you know what? It's Teacher Appreciation Week, and I wanted to let you know I appreciated you. This is something that you did in class that I'll never forget. That is what it takes to generate leads and get those leads and cultivate them into clients. So let's break this down into four different things. So first one is network, network, network. Yes, you have to network as much as possible. You have to attend local events. Okay. Now that local event could be your PTO event, right? If you have kids and they're in school, join the PTO. Meet those people, because being a real estate agent means you have to meet new people every single day. Like, that is your job. You need to join community groups. If you live in a neighborhood and there's a social committee, join that committee. Help plan events. Introduce yourself to people. Now, I will tell you this: do not join the HOA committee. They Neighbors don't like the HOA, so don't go there, because those are the people who like send people fines. Get involved in your area, whether it's supporting local businesses or whatever it is. You have to get involved. You never know who you might meet and how they could help your business grow. Another networking is local business owners, right? So as a real estate agent, a lot of people forget this. They're like, oh, I'm just a real estate agent. No, you are a business owner. And as a business owner, you need to talk to other business owners. Now, you could talk to all of them. I would suggest, though, to hone in on those small business owners that relate to real estate, pool people, handyman, roofers, lenders, home inspectors, um, title companies, relocation, moving companies, all these different people. And the reason why is because guess what? They know people who are buying and selling houses. And if the people come to them and they trust them for whatever trade that they're doing for their home, guess what they're also going to trust them at? Giving a referral for a real estate agent. It's someone else who's talking about your business. All right. Number two, use social media. Now, yes, I hate social media. I don't like the idea of like posting something and then sitting around and wondering if someone's going to like it or comment or how many views am I going to get. That's horrible. This is what you have to remember though is social media. The first word is social. The idea of us being able to connect with other people through our phones and through our computers is great. It's a powerful tool. Make sure you have a strong presence. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I guess TikTok if you're in a state that still allows it, but you need to post regularly. Now, don't just post, hey, I sold a house or hey, I'm helping someone buy a house. Post success stories, post vocabulary, post testimonials, post videos, share valuable content that your followers will find useful. Don't just put stuff about your listings, right? Share tips, share advice on buying and selling. Divulge a myth. There are tons of social media coaches out there. I would encourage you to follow a friend of mine. She's a social media coach only for real estate agents. She's not a social media person for all this other stuff. It's just real estate agents. Her name is Danielle Nielsen. She's on all the platforms. She's from Arizona and she is amazing. One of the things that I did was obviously I was on social media and I really wasn't getting the traction that I wanted. I was getting followers, but I wasn't getting engagement. I wasn't getting leads from social media. I sat down, talked with her. We made some different changes and now people associate me as a realtor in Arizona. And when they have questions, they ask me. When they think about buying and selling, guess what? They reach out to me. You also need to partner with other professions, um, mortgage brokers or lenders. These are great because guess what? They're going to have people who call them and they need to get approved for a loan. Maybe they're relocating to your city and they don't have a real estate agent. When you partner with lenders, you need to make sure that there is a kind of like a give and take, right? Obviously, if you have a client that needs to be approved and they don't have a lender, you can pass on that referral to them, and then they're going to start feeding you. Another one is lawyers. Yes, lawyers, divorce attorneys, probate attorneys. Create relationships with them so that way it can be a relationship where they're giving you referrals and then you're also returning clients to them. Obviously, you need to host open houses, guys. It's a great way to meet potential buyers, sellers. Make sure you advertise your open house on every single local publication that you can. When you're hosting it, make sure that you're friendly. Make sure you're approachable. Do your homework for God's sakes. Okay, don't be the teacher in the front of the room that's reading from the binder, right? You need to prepare. For an open house, you need to prepare. You need to know when this house was built. You need to know who this builder was. You need to know what the homeowners association fee is. You need to know the square footage on the house. You need to know how old the roof is, how old the AC unit is, the water heater, everything. Guys, you are a professional. And if you want people to treat you like a professional, then you need to act like one. When you're hosting open houses, it's not just putting one sign out, right? It's reaching out to the title company and getting the information for everyone who lives in the neighborhood. It is sending out flyers, whether it's through email or through door knocking and letting the neighbors know, hey, guess what? I have an open house down the street this weekend. And if you have any friends or if you know anyone who's looking to look in the area, this would be a great time for them to be able to come in and view the property. This is the time that I'm going to be open. I have another friend that I can totally tell you about. Her name is Nicole Ambrose. She is a real estate agent out in Atlanta. And I learned everything about hosting a successful open house from her. Um, she is one of the top 1% of real estate agents in the country. like in the country, guys. Okay, like she's pretty badass. And that's the other thing. If you want to learn how to be successful, talk to people who are successful. Hang out and be friends with people who are reaching the goals that you are wanting to get to. And then once you get to that point, start making friends that are even more successful than that. You do not ever want to be the smartest person in a room, because guess what? Then you have no more growth. Now you're in that stagnant spot where your business isn't going to continue. All right, back to leads. Another way that you can get it is offer free home valuations. One of the things that you're doing as a real estate agent is you are helping homeowners know what they should list their home for. So what that means is, guess what? You can tell them what their home is and the estimated value. Now, you are not a home appraiser, right? So you're not appraising their home. You're letting them know, based on the market conditions, what would their home sell for. Now, how do we get people to ask for that? We need to start showing it. So again, as you're using social media, talk about a process of determining a value of a home, right? You can even talk about, like, hey, guess what? This computer current market analysis said this. However, this is the actual estimated value of the home. Why is there a discrepancy? Why is it different? You need to make sure that you are following up. Guys, you have to follow up with leads. You cannot just depend on, your computer to do it, or someone else to do it, or, oh, well, they have my number, they'll call me. No. Okay. So this is another thing that I learned. Quit giving out your cards. Quit giving out your cards. Okay. And this is, and I don't mean that like literally. Okay. But here's the thing. Anytime I want to give out my card to someone, I need to also start the conversation with, hey, you know what? I'd love to help you find a house. Do you have an email or a phone number that I could add to my database so that way I can email you information or call you with information? What's the worst thing they can say? No. And if they say no, then you say, okay, well, you know what? Here's my card. Go ahead and you feel free to call and email me. Hopefully your website's on there, right? And you're able to get them into your database through that. But quit being scared to ask for people, because you know what? I did that in the beginning. I was totally scared. I was yeah, it was bad, right? I was worried that if I said, give me your phone number, they weren't going to give me their phone number, which is crazy. It's totally and absolutely crazy, right? Um, but the thing is, when I did it, it worked. And I was getting more leads, and I was closing more transactions because I had more clients. Generating leads as a new agent, it's challenging, but it's not impossible. It's not going to come super fast. You're going to kind of probably fail a little bit, but that's okay. Just don't give up. And if you're finding that what you're doing isn't working, ask people. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. One of my favorite tools as a teacher was teachers pay teachers. I remember the moment that I found it. I was walking down the hallway, and I was trying to think of like this cool lesson that I could do for like Earth Day or whatever. And I walked past this other teacher's bulletin board, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is such a cute idea. And I walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, I love your bulletin board. That activity is so adorable. Where did you find that? And she goes, Teachers Pay Teachers. And I'm like, what is that? And she goes, Google it. And I did. And I was like, holy freaking rabbit. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyhow, I was astounded. Like, there was so many things that I could find that I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. I didn't have to spend hours upon hours. I didn't have to research everything. I could go to this platform and find all of the comprehension questions that I needed for the chapter book that I was going to do. I didn't have to do it all. There was something that already met all the standards. I didn't have to start from scratch. I didn't have to start from square one. And guess what? That's what real estate is. So instead of trying to be like, I'm going to do it my way, don't do it your way. That's stupid. It's a waste of time. Okay. Find someone who's doing it well and ask them to talk with you. Invite them for lunch. And if you can't afford lunch, invite them for coffee. If you can't invite them for coffee, I don't know. I guess maybe invite them for a glass of water, but do something and get in front of people. Now, if you find yourself with a group of people that are not willing to share, you're at the wrong brokerage. If you find yourself with a group of people who aren't willing to mentor you as a brand new agent, you need to run, and you need to run fast, because I'm going to tell you right now, that is not common practice at every single place. There is a tribe of people who are waiting to pour into you. And guess what? I'm one of them. Okay. So if you're somewhere and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to succeed. I want to, I'm getting ready to retire from teaching, and I want to be able to, whatever your goal is, whatever it is, I don't care. Like, no goal is stupid. All goals are amazing. But if you're sitting somewhere and like you're worried that people aren't going to pour into you, then run away from them. Call me. I'll help you. We'll jump on a Zoom. I will help you out, because you know what? It's going to make you a better real estate agent for those clients. You're going to be able to know exactly what to say to them. You're going to know how to, help the seller that you're doing the open house for to sell their house quicker, because I'm going to help you market it better. Generating leads, again, it's tough, right? But when you're doing networking, when you're doing social media, when you're partnering with professionals, you're hosting open houses, you're offering these home evaluations, you can grow your business. You can become a successful real estate agent. Guys, it's not rocket science. It's relationships. And you're a teacher, and you build relationships daily, and you can do this, and I'm here to help. Guys, I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Teachers in Real Estate. I want to invite you to join me next time. We're going to discuss some more tips and strategies for leveraging your teacher skills in this career of real estate. This is hard, but you're a teacher, and that isn't easy either. Keep it up. Reach out if I can help. Also, do me a favor. Rate this, share this podcast so others can find it easier. Also, if you're listening on your phone, take a snapshot. Yep. Screenshot that screen. Send it on your IG. Tag me at Jackie Durbin AZ. That's JackieDurbinAZ. Reach out to me with any questions. You want to get licensed? I can help. You want to gain business? I can help. You want to take your business to the next level? Dude, let's do this. And I will see you next time on Teachers in Real Estate.